Captain Drex of the Galactic Federation starship Horizon rubbed his scaled forehead with three-fingered hands. The report on his desk made no sense. It had to be some kind of mistake. You're telling me that the human cadet, the one from Earth, completed all 7 trials? Drex asked his first officer. Lieutenant Vash nodded, her antenna twitching nervously. Not only completed them, sir, excelled at them. Earth was classified as a death world, a planet with such extreme conditions that its indigenous life had evolved to be extraordinarily resilient. Humans were relatively new to the Galactic Federation, and while their physical capabilities were documented, their psychological makeup remained something of a mystery. Cadet Tom Reed had been selected for the Warrior Culture Exchange Program to represent Earth. The program was designed to build understanding between the martial species of the Federation by sending their young warriors to train with the legendary Krell battle masters. Most species sent their most accomplished warriors, not cadets. "Let me see the footage," Drex ordered, dreading what he might witness. The view screen flickered to life, showing Tom in the first trial, the Pit of Endurance. Participants were expected to remain standing in rising acid water for as long as possible. Most warriors lasted an hour before the pain became too much. Tom stood there for 6 hours, stoically reading something on a small device until the Krell masters ended the trial out of boredom. He later told the Krell he was catching up on some Earth literature called memes, Bash explained. Said something about the acid being spicy bathwater. Drex's scales paled. "Show me the next one." The second trial, the Chamber of Isolation, was designed to break warriors mentally. Placed in complete sensory deprivation, most began to hallucinate. Within hours, the footage showed Tom entering the chamber. Then 72 hours later, the Krell opening it to find him asleep. He claimed humans call it catching up on sleep, and thanked them for the nice break from the Academy noise. Vash said. By the time they reached the footage of the fourth trial, the Arena of Pain, Drex was visibly disturbed. Warriors were expected to withstand increasingly painful combat strikes without yielding. Tom not only withstood them, but asked detailed questions about the technique and form used, occasionally suggesting improvements. He told them humans call constructive criticism and something about no pain, no gain, Vash whispered. The sixth trial showed Tom participating in the Feast of Poison, where warriors consumed increasingly toxic substances to prove their metabolic strength. He kept asking for something called hot sauce and referred to the neurotoxin as having a nice kick to it, Vash noted. The final footage showed the seventh trial, the gauntlet of combat droids programmed with the fighting styles of the galaxy's most lethal predators. Tom moved with unexpected grace, using techniques he'd learned during the week, adapting and improvising. When one droid managed to slash his arm, drawing blood, the human smiled. Did he just thank the droid for the lesson? Drex asked, incredulous. Yes, sir, and then he destroyed it with its own severed limb. Drex closed the file. And what happened after the trials? Vash shifted uncomfortably. The Krell Battlemasters asked the human if his combat training on Earth was similar. He laughed and said this was basically summer camp compared to what humans call basic training. That night, Tom had shared stories from Earth's military history with the other exchange participants. Tales of human warriors enduring circumstances that would kill most sentient species. Stories of soldiers marching for days without sleep, fighting with multiple injuries, surviving in hostile environments with minimal supplies. Word spread quickly through the Krell training facility. By morning, the other warrior species had begun looking at Tom with something approaching religious awe. And now, Drex asked, 4 Krell Battlemasters have requested retirement. 6 warrior species have formally requested to review their military alliance with Earth. And 17 captains have contacted Federation headquarters asking if all humans are like this, or if Cadet Reed is exceptional. Drex leaned back in his chair. And your assessment, Lieutenant? Based on everything we know about Earth and its history, sir. Vash hesitated. Cadet Reed appears to be entirely average for his species, Drex's communicator chirped. Incoming message from Admiral Kleck, sir. The Admiral's face appeared on screen, looking grim. Captain Drex, have you seen the reports from the Warrior Exchange? Yes, Admiral. Then you understand the situation. The human cadet has unintentionally caused a diplomatic incident. Several species are reconsidering their position in the Federation hierarchy. What would you have me do, sir? The human returns to your ship tomorrow. Contain this situation. Find out if this behavior is typical or if Reed is an outlier. After the call ended, Drex turned to Vash. Contact our human cultural liaison. I want everything on their military training, their educational methods, their entertainment, anything that might explain this. 3 days later, Drex stared at the data pad in horror. Earth's history, human endurance sports, their entertainment media glorifying struggle and perseverance, their tendency to form emotional bonds through shared hardship. The truth was worse than he imagined. Cadet Reed wasn't exceptional, he was just human. And now every military captain in the Federation was panicking at the realization that humanity, a species that treated near-death experiences as character-building exercises, had joined their ranks. The Deathworlders had arrived, and they thought the galaxy's most brutal training program was a pleasant exchange vacation. Heaven help them all.